Welcome to my dating diaries as a single girl living in London at 29. I've gone for hundreds of dates in my days. My problem is I never find anyone I like enough. So first up, I got ready. This was a Friday evening. This guy is a friend of a friend. He lives close to me, has his own business, has his own place, has a dog. So we definitely had some things in common. He wanted to take me to Zuma because he asked where I wanted to go in London that I hadn't been yet, and Zuma was his favourite restaurant. He's 38, so I'm definitely dating a bit older than I'm used to, and maybe that's a good thing. We ended up having lots of drinks and we're chatting to people in the bar and stuff after dinner. Food was so good, and we had like a million cocktails. I like that as a food blogger I do film food when I go out, and he didn't mind. He paid, which was really nice. I mean, the bill must have come to, I don't even want to think how much. So I'm definitely enjoying being back in London and being taken out for nice dates. Then he got me a taxi home, which was also really nice. But will there be a second date? Welcome back to my dating diaries as a single girl living in London at 29. Today is a second date. I had an influencer event during the day where they did my nails. I went straight from there to meet the guy from part 1 for our second date. We went to the Nest at Treehouse, I think it's called, the rooftop bar by Oxford Circus. And then I actually took him to a launch party where there was free cocktails and nibbles and live music and a magician. He was actually so cool. I couldn't believe the tricks he pulled. And I filmed the entire thing and watched it back in slow-mo, and I could just not figure out how he did his tricks. Here he turns receipts into dollar bills, and me and this guy were just laughing so loudly. We were definitely his best audience. He even messaged me after to say that we were his best audience that night, because we just couldn't stop laughing and cheering. After that, we went back to where we live. We both live in the same area. We went to 2 more pubs there. I kind of feel more of a friend vibe with him, so follow for part 3 to see what happens. Welcome back to my dating diaries as a 29-year-old woman living in London. Today's a bit of a different one because I'm going on a date with a guy I used to date 2 years ago. Yep, those pictures are from 2 years ago. So this was a Thursday evening date. I met him in the city. He'd been working from this restaurant all day, so just went there to have a glass of wine, and we caught up about what had happened in our lives in the last couple of years. Then we headed over to Sticks and Sushi in Shoreditch, which is one of my favourite restaurants. They've literally invited me 3 or 4 times in the last 8 months. I don't know why they keep inviting me. I mean, it's probably because I keep posting positive reviews about them, but the food was amazing as usual. He helped me film for social media. It's actually funny, he kind of does the same thing as me. He does marketing for restaurants as well. After dinner, we went to a cocktail bar in Shoreditch. We ended up having so many drinks and shots. I don't know what we're doing here, but yeah, it was a really fun date. So, should I see him again? Welcome back to my dating diaries as a 29-year-old woman living in London. This is episode 4. I ran a few minutes late because I had to redo a nail before I left the house. We went for drinks on a boat, which was so cute, and then we walked down along the embankment all the way to South Bank and went to a wine bar there. This guy is 39, lives in Southwest, works in finance. He was really attractive in person. We really got on, conversation was flowing. He seemed really kind, and on the date he asked me for a second date. He went away for a week, but when he was back we went out again. We went to this bar on a boat in Islington, so I guess we actually went for drinks on a boat on our first and second date. This was my walk over. It was so cute. I've never been to this part of London before. It was such a perfect little date night spot. The cocktails were amazing. We had this hazelnut cocktail that my date said was the best cocktail of his life. We also had some nibbles there. Ended up having lots and lots of cocktails. It was a really fun day. And then we went to a pub and had more drinks and shots. I think he's my favourite so far.